27. Place The Mutt, Belur. Year 1902. Swamiji was now staying at the Mutt. The disciple came to the Mutt and towards the evening accompanied Swamiji and Swami Premananda for a walk. Finding Swamiji absorbed in thought, the disciple entered into a conversation with Swami Premananda on what Sri Ramakrishna used to say of Swamiji's greatness. After walking some distance, Swamiji turned to go back to the Mutt. Seeing Swami Premananda and the disciple nearby, he said, "Well, what were you talking?" The disciple said, "We were talking about Sri Ramakrishna and his words." Swamiji only heard the reply, but again lapsed into thought and walking along the road returned to the Mutt. He sat on the camp cot placed under the mango tree and resting there some time, washed his face and then pacing the upper veranda, spoke to the disciple thus, "Why do you not set about propagating Vedanta in your part of the country? There Tantrikism prevails to a fearful extent. Rouse and agitate the country with the lion roar of Advaitavada, monism. Then I shall know you to be a Vedantist. First open a Sanskrit school there and teach the Upanishads and the Brahma Sutras. Teach the boys the system of Brahmacharya. I have heard that in your country there is much logic chopping of the Nyaya school. What is there in it? Only Vyapti, pervasiveness, and Anumana, inference. On these subjects, the Pandits of the Nyaya school discuss for months. What does it help towards the knowledge of the Atman? Either in your village or Nag Mahashayas, open a Chatushpathi, indigenous school, in which the scriptures will be studied and also the life and teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. In this way, you will advance your own good as well as the good of the people, and your fame will endure." Disciple: "Sir, I cherish no desire for name or fame. Only sometimes I feel to do as you are saying. But by marriage, I have got so entangled in the world that I fear my desire will always remain in the mind only." Swamiji: "What if you have married? As you are maintaining your parents and brothers with food and clothing, so do for your wife likewise. And by giving her religious instruction, draw her to your path. Think her to be a partner and helper in the living of your religious life. At other times, look upon her with an even eye with others. Thinking thus, all the unsteadiness of the mind will die out. What fear?" The disciple felt assured by these words. After his meal, Swamiji sat on his own bed, and the disciple had an opportunity of doing some personal service for him. Swamiji began to speak to the disciple, enjoining him to be reverential to the Mutt members. "These children of Sri Ramakrishna whom you see are wonderful Tyagis, selfless souls, and by service to them you will attain to the purification of mind and be blessed with the vision of the Atman. You remember the words of the Gita, by interrogation and service to the great soul. Therefore, you must serve them, by which you will attain your goal, and you know how much they love you." Disciple: "But I find it very difficult to understand them. Each one seems to be of a different type." Swamiji: "Sri Ramakrishna was a wonderful gardener. Therefore, he has made a bouquet of different flowers and formed his order. All different types and ideas have come into it, and many more will come. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, 'Whoever has prayed to God sincerely for one day must come here.' Know each of those who are here to be of great spiritual power. Because they remain shriveled before me, do not think them to be ordinary souls. When they will go out, they will be the cause of the awakening of spirituality in people. Know them to be part of the spiritual body of Sri Ramakrishna, who was the embodiment of infinite religious ideas. I look upon them with that eye. See, for instance, Brahmananda, who is here. Even I have not the spirituality which he has. Sri Ramakrishna looked upon him as his mind-born son, and he lived and walked, ate and slept with him. He is the ornament of our Mutt, our king. Similarly, Premananda, Turyananda, Trigunatitananda, Akhandananda, Saradananda, Ramakrishnananda, Subodhananda, and others. You may go round the world. But it is doubtful if you will find men of such spirituality and faith in God like them. They are each a center of religious power, and in time that power will manifest." The disciple listened in wonder, and Swamiji said again, But from your part of the country, except Nag Mahashaya, none came to Sri Ramakrishna. A few others who saw Sri Ramakrishna could not appreciate him. At the thought of Nag Mahashaya, Swamiji kept silent for some time. It was only 4 or 5 months since he had passed away. Swamiji had heard that on one occasion a spring of Ganga water rose in the house of Nag Mahashaya, and recollecting this, he asked the disciple, "Well, how did that event take place? Tell me about it." Disciple: "I only heard about it, but did not see it with my own eyes. I heard that in a Mahavaruni Yoga, Nag Mahashaya started with his father for Calcutta, but not getting any accommodation in the railway train, he stayed for 3 or 4 days in Narayanganj in vain and returned home. Then Nag Mahashaya said to his father, 'If the mind is pure, then the Mother Ganga will appear here.' Then at the auspicious hour of the holy bath, a jet of water rose, piercing the ground of his courtyard. Many of those who saw it are living today, but that was many years before I met him." Swamiji: "There was nothing strange in it. He was a saint of unfalsified determination. I do not consider such a phenomenon at all strange in his case." Saying this, Swamiji, feeling sleepy, lay on his side. At this, the disciple came down to take his supper.